All right, record has started. Okay, all right. So unit 4 is talking about listening, comprehension, and information. I'm going to be dropping that here for you guys. Let me drop some of my summary. And the first thing it talks about is, one second, types of information to be retrieved. Transitions, unit 4 transitions from foundational skills of note taking. So you remember what we did under note taking and note making. We actually had to, let me give you a brief about the introduction to unit 4. We actually had to, that's just a brief. So this is under uh, unit 4. This is GST 101. Uh, listening and information retrieval. Okay, that's unit 4. That's what it's telling us about. So what your units, according to every document. Now, in your unit, you have a lot of passages. Always understand, I do tell you guys that there are lots of passages in this your unit. A lot passages that you need to read and read over. Let me put it this way, just like a comprehension passage. But what they're doing is that they're trying to ensure that you're able to take down notes. And don't worry, I set down questions that are likely to come out from those same passages, so I got it covered. All right, so this is telling us about the skill of note taking to the active process of information retrieval. That's actually what Unit 4 is all about, through listening and comprehension. So the main goal of academic pursuits is to retrieve information, much of which is now delivered by our normal radio and internet. So, you know, as a listener, or a student who is listening, you need to be wise and active in order for you to get thorough information. So, what are the types of information to be retrieved? I told you before, instructions, directions, and facts. Those are the three types of information to be retrieved. And this is under 3.1 of your unit. So let's dive into 3.1 of your unit. Yes, your unit has a lot of innuendos and a lot of uh, talk. Okay, so types of information to be retrieved. I'm going to send that here. So there are three types of information to be retrieved. We have what? We have the instructions, we have the directions, and we have facts. Instructions, directions, and facts. So just going to note that here for you guys. Okay, so we have the um, instructions, directions, and facts. Those are the three. So the first one now, all right. According to your unit, it says that the vast world of academic and social information is broken down into three general crucial categories that I just mentioned: instructions, directions, and facts. So now for the instructions, these three main categories, they require retrieval techniques. For instructions, form, given as commands. When you give a command, given as command steps, procedures, or process description. So if I'm to give you guys something, or if I'm to talk about an event, or I'm giving a command, let's say you're in the military and you're giving a command, of course, you'll be able to retrieve information or you'll be able to retrieve information from that command. I give you area command. What is the status? Code red, code blue, whatever they say in the army. I'm not so sure about the army and all that. So I don't really have much information, but you know what I mean. For those of you that you have parents in the army, sometimes probably your father will be giving you commands or your mom will be giving you commands. And then, secondly, steps, procedures. If you're science inclined or you're the type that is into account and the likes, you'll be given steps on how to run your account. You'll be taught all those things, all those procedures or process for you to follow. All those things are what we call form. They are under form, and we can be able to retrieve information. We can be able to retrieve information from that, from form. All right. So form can be given as command, steps, procedures, or process descriptions. And when they give you all those steps or things that you should follow, you can be able to retrieve information quickly. In fact, that's the easiest way to retrieve information. The second one are cues. Now, you know what cues are? Cues are like, you know, hints on what is about to come or the words that are about to come or the words that or the information is about to be like. If you're having cues, it means you know what's next. For instance, you see your instructor or your facilitator or your commander using words like, in other words, and in addition to this, for us to achieve this. So, as I was saying, all those kind of phrases, they'll be using that. So, cues often signaled by sentences beginning with action verbs do not, leave, position, use. You understand? So when you hear words like that, you know what's next. You know that, oh, this is an information and I need to retrieve this information, or this is a vital part of information and I need to retrieve this information. Do not, you understand that, oh, these are information or things that we should not do. And leave, these are things. Position yourself, use this and that, etc. like that. So you know cues. Cues are another way of retrieving information or getting information. And then the third one is important, essential for safety and performing tasks correctly. So things like safety precautions and assembly steps. So you can actually, what this is saying is that these are just types of information that can be retrieved, types of information that you as a student can know, notice, and be retrieved. For instance, you go to a scenario where you see a dead body on the road. How do you retrieve information from that? A lot of people will start crying and shouting, yeah, I know this person, or blah 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 and stuff. Or if you listen closely to journalists or people that are going to investigate that, or people that are going to be expository about the whole situation, they'll be asking questions. They'll be saying, do not cross this line, do not get to this line. The security or the police are on this. The investigation units are on this. Do not. So you're retrieving information. There is a dead person in that area. There is a situation in that area. You're retrieving information. Why? First of all, you've heard cues. Do not, do not, do not, do not come close. And then you're hearing commands. Okay. So you're able to retrieve information from all what is being said around that area to know that, oh, there is a dead person in that place. And then if it's important, that's for your safety, you will get back home because you know, or you get back, or you keep going to where you're going. You understand? Or just like they say, your car breaks down in the isle on the island, places close to the CMS and all those region, they'll tell you to you better board another car and get going because place is dangerous as hell. So same thing, please, guys. Don't get broken down on the island, please. Worst experience you ever want. All right, so that's just a cue I give to you. Retrieve that information and store it in your head. All right, so importance and is essential for your safety. So these are ways that you can actually get information. There are ways that you can retrieve information by instructions. So you listen to instructions correctly, you'll be able to decipher between right information and wrong information. You get what I'm saying? Instructions. Um, way of the next category is directions. So you have directions, right? Okay, I thought I just muted myself. So you have directions, right? So now form is given a form of steps to be taken. Form is given in form of steps to be taken regarding location, situation, time, or place. So under directions, the form aspect is that you'll be given steps to take. Remember, under instruction, why is everywhere loaded like this? I've not had time to just came back. Okay, so the first one is instructions, and for the instruction aspect, your forms are given as commands, but for the direction aspect, your forms are given as location, situations, place, time, to be, how to get there, and all that, or steps to be taken to get to a particular place. So, what are the cues you get from directions? Now, if you read your course, okay, if you read your course or you read um, your unit, that's the course material, you see that they give self-assessment under all these things. You see them giving self-assessment under everything. And what they're asking is the do's, do not. You'll be seeing things like if you check, where is this again? This is page 224 according to them. I don't know how this got to page 224. Damn. So you'll be seeing things like that, okay? Do's, do not. Now for the directions, the kind of form that I use in the directions are steps to be taken regarding a location, situation, time, or place. The cues involve partial placement, like they'll tell you things like northwest, all right? They'll be giving you geographical features or temporal markers. And the importance of the directions is for you to know, they said it's vital for functioning effectively in both academic life and real life. So if you get the wrong direction, you get into bitter or crazy errors. That's serious errors. Okay, misreading of a map, failing a critical procedure, and if you're getting wrong directions on how to go about an operation, you cannot get good retrieval of information there. I remember when we were in school, we went for one of these Grow with Nigeria, and under the Grow with Nigeria, they asked us to perform laparoscopic procedure. Laparoscopic procedures are procedures you use for appendix, or procedures you insert inside a person's body to remove stones from the person or to remove any other thing that is not meant to be in the body. So there were other, schools that came in and all that. So now the thing is, he gave the director there, the facilitator there, or would I call him a doctor? He gave the information and told us that, okay, in order for this to happen, you need to look at the monitoring screen. Now, on the empty, that's the monitor. Whatever goes up, it means your hand is going down. Whatever goes left, it means your hand is going right. If your hand is going right on the screen, it is going left. And if you are going down on the screen, it is going up. So that actually, he just told us that you look at the monitor and you open the laparoscopic tool and grab, okay, then pull out of the person's body. So they called the first student. I actually got mine, but before I could get mine, I was doing performing all the experiments inside the body first before I was able to draw out one stone. So what happened is the first person went there. The doctor had to shout that, wait, 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 because if the person could have pulled out whatever he was holding, maybe they will have to stitch that human being internally. That would be another surgery entirely. So he told the first person to wait. Called the second person, that was a lady. She tried her own. She, if her own could have gone through, probably she would just destroy the intestine or something. So then, are you raising your hand, Pearl?
Yes. I
Okay.
want to ask, are you guys doing it on someone like real person, or is it just plastic human being or real human being?
No, it's human being. It's in the hospital, Luth Hospital. They allowed us to operate.
Ha, Akpayani.
No, no, they had up to four doctors there, so they were watching us. It's Grow with Nigeria. This initiatives, Grow with Nigeria.
Or someone else's body. And if you didn't experience, okay, after experience, for experiment,
Guy,
okay.
do you know how many people come into that place and all that? So, and you know how much the federal government must have paid them for that program. So, I took in the laparoscopic tool, and then before I was able to pull out a stone, I was watching the monitor, and I was moving the laparoscopic tool inside the body. So when I moved up, I noticed that on the monitor it was down. Okay. When I moved right, it was left. If when I moved left, it was right. When I moved down, it was up. And when I opened the laparoscopic tool, like my hands wide open, it will close. And when I close my hand, it will open. So everything was just like opposite. Okay. Now, the thing is that we've been given the instructions, take out the stone. All right. First of all, you put it inside, you insert the laparoscopic tool inside the body, and then you grab the stone and bring it out. Do not, he has already given us the do's and don'ts. Okay. Importance is for things like appendicitis, appendix. So next one, the direction, he gave us the directions to use, but he didn't tell us all those up down movement and all that. So I was able to figure that one out. And I removed one stone, just one, and I brought it out and I kept it into the surgical plate, you know. And it was like I should remove another, and I was just lucky to even remove that one. So I beg, I don't want to kill somebody. So I was lucky to just remove that one. Directions, cues, directions. Now, those are spatial placements. They must have told us go up, go down, go left, or go right. But he was not really clear. That's why they call it. It was not really clear, but he gave us directions anyways. And so the importance of directions is vital for functioning effectively in both real life and academic life. Now, when I talk about academic life, we did most of these things in physics. All right. I'm talking about we that are science inclined. We did most of these things in physics. We applied all these things in physics. Now they brought us to the lab, all right, to the hospital. Now time to apply that knowledge. And a lot of people still make those mistakes. So application in both real life and academic life. Most of us don't actually apply our academic studies or academic life. We just want to read and pass. You get, so we don't really apply it to life anyways, which is not right. Okay, and wrong directions can lead to serious errors. Okay, very, very serious errors. The third one, the third category is facts. Now, for facts, information regarded are true or real events. That's why I love facts. I love data. Why do I like data or facts? I love data because it can't lie. Data doesn't lie. When I say data doesn't lie, data is like a record that has record over the years, things that have been happening over the years. Okay, so they will gather everything up, they will bring out information from those things, they will bring it out and all that. Okay, so they will bring out those things. Sorry, I'll just check in my work email. I think they're trying to call me. Okay, so they'll bring out those things. They'll they'll bring out those facts. And that's why data doesn't lie. Data will tell you the fact. Data will tell you what is actually up and what is down. Because those are facts. They are true or real events. And I love facts. I love watching documentaries. I love watching movies that have historical facts inside of them. Movies that are true, that have historical fact. Because it's so fascinating. You're watching the past coming. You're watching the past alive. You get what I'm saying? You're watching exactly what happened. I love those kind of movies. So, facts, information regarded as true or real events, basic details or impressions of a situation or issue. Exactly. So the thing is that they emphasize something known to be true, distinguishing them from fable or untrue story. So that's the thing about facts. They'll give it to you as it is. So what's the challenge of fact? The most difficult task in listening comprehension is accurately distinguishing facts from fables. A lot of people they mix it up. All right, they mix up facts and fables together. I don't know if some of you are watching this House of David now. I know. I don't know if you've been following the series, but I'm following the series. Man, it's so interesting. Get now. There are some things in that story, the House of David, that are not factual. Not everything is true. those are fables or those are stories. For example, how he's fighting for the love of Mikal, and how what's this girl's name? Um, was Mikal's sister? That's King Saul's daughters are fighting over David. You understand? One is jealous and the likes and all that. Now, not everything aligns with the factual story. Yes, they showed how he killed Goliath. They showed everything and all, but some are fables. Now, we that understand facts or listening comprehension, you'll be able to accurately distinguish between the facts from the fables. That's untrue stories. You'll be able to distinguish facts from opinions. That's personal views that may not be universally accepted or true. You'll be able to know which is which. Oh, this one is fact. Okay, this is fact. True. While this one, they're just mixing things up, Let us enjoy the story a little bit. Let's have fun. That kind of thing. So when people are arguing or when you're laying arguments, the way you can retrieve information is by understanding the facts and then distinguishing facts from opinions. What people will try to do is they will paint facts with opinions. For instance, they can throw a Bible verse at you and give you their own personal opinion on that Bible verse. But that's not true. That's not a fact. You're only bending my will to your will because you brought out some facts. But if you're able to distinguish, oh, this is fact and this is trash. I'm sorry, this is fact and this is opinion, just personal, someone's personal opinion. That's why I call it trash actually. So this is facts and this is someone's personal opinion. Yeah, then you have the listening comprehension tactic, and that's what it's actually telling us. So science and technology fields generally rely more on verifiable facts than opinion. We did this in our science course, remember? So we rely more on verifiable facts than opinions, not personal opinions, not dogma, not some kind of belief or facts. Tell us what happened. Just give us facts. Tell us. Okay? Don't go outside the fact. All right. So that's it on the three categories. That's instruction, directions, and facts. Facts are things that are true, things that happened, real events that are called facts. Okay. Once facts is done, it can't be undone. So, yep, fact. All right. So under the same unit, they gave some examples like things like someone's facts may be your fables. Okay. But you have to check the classification. You have to distinguish if this is true or this isn't. Now, for facts, they are universally true. When I say universally true, everywhere you check for that same information has to tally facts. Meanwhile, fables, it won't really tally. This one will be saying this one. Maybe five will say the same thing, then the other 10 is saying another thing, then the other two is saying another. Fables, not facts. So we can't classify things that are said like that as fact. Okay. So we have listening for general impression. Okay, we have listening for general impression. This is under 3.2. The next to 29, page 229. That's listening for general impression. And don't worry, I didn't chunk out all those information. I'm going to give it to you as it is. Then you see a lot of facts and fables from your unit, facts and fables, which you're going to actually go through. And don't worry, the questions I give to you are direct, so you'll be able to bring it out yourself. Trust. Okay, so this is listening for general comprehension. Before I move into listening for general comprehension, do we have any question? Do we have any questions at all? No questions.
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so listening for general impression. All right, let's deal with that. So, mm, now, this type of listening goes beyond retrieving specific facts, instructions, or directions. Okay, it requires the listener to synthesize details, which we're going to discuss. All right, so we're going to discuss that. So, it requires the listener to synthesize details. What do we mean by synthesize details? You have to be able to link all the information you've gathered, all the facts, all the stories you've gathered. You have to be able to link everything together. And these are what people that retrieve information in the investigation unit, this is what they do. Now, can you believe that this is a course use of English? Huh? Use of English communication as communication. Do you believe it is? Because it's actually telling you how to distinguish between fables and facts. It's kind of as if you're investigating on your own. All right. So this type of listening, it goes beyond just retrieving facts. You need to link all the dots together. You need to link the dots and get the overall topic. All right. You need to know, okay, what's this topic talking about, and put up the right links to everything. That's synthesize details, right? That's synthesizing details, right? And then you need to form an independent conclusion. So the listener has to form an independent conclusion, meaning that is your own conclusion. You have to create an overall or general impression based on the evidence that has been heard. And a lot of lawyers use this. I don't know if there's any of you that want to divert into law. Well, so a lot of lawyers they use this, all right? They create an overall or general impression based on the evidence heard. Then they will coin theirs. And now, you've ever heard of the saying that when you want to really seduce a person, I mean, like you want to persuade a person. Let me use it that way, not seduce. When you want to really, really persuade a person, you should um, according to psychology, you should wrap the lies around the truth. So this is it. You wrap the lies around the truth. What that is saying is that when you've gotten enough evidence, you can be able to create your own story from the evidence gotten. Now the thing is, you're stating facts. You've connected all the dots. You're stating facts, and you can bring your own conclusion and create a scene, create a story upon heard evidence, upon verified evidence and verified facts, something no one can deny. So it's lawyers that know how to dodge all this or, bring out all this. And not only them, people who study psychology as well know how to really deal with this. And not only those people, you now that you're studying this, you should be able to do. I'm not saying you should go and start wrapping lies around truth for someone. In fact, they will catch you. All right, so you need to be able to form an independent conclusion that is create an overall or general impression based on evidence that are being heard. Next is critical engagement. So this is a very vital skill because it's making you the listener, all right, capable of forming your own uncritical agreement or copy of the speaker's views. That means you're able to form something that is not critical. For instance, if a person is engaging critically or criticizing, you're able to oppose because now you already have you have the views of the speaker. So that's why they say listen first before you speak, or listen more before you speak. Some people we try to um, give a phrase like, the human body has two ears and one mouth, saying that you need to listen more and speak less. You get what I'm saying? So the issue with that is if you speak less concerning the things that are true, then who is going to speak that? But the main point is you need to listen so that you can be able to get the speaker's view of point and you're able to engage, meaning you can oppose the speaker based on the words that have been said. And that's why whenever they're trying to arrest a person, they say you have the right to remain silent. They're not telling you to remain silent or not to speak. They're telling you that all anything you say right there can be used against you, meaning that those your words can be quoted against you. That's critical engagement. All right. So they can retrieve information from the words that you just made out from the scene, from your arrest. They can retrieve information. You're already denying. Maybe you even did it or you did part of it and you're denying from the on point. They can use that against you. So that's why they always tell you you have the right to remain silent. If not, they will critically engage with you in court. So um, they will get your view or your speakers view the speaker and then they will engage with you. So that's the thing with critical engagement. You can oppose the person when you listen and when you take in or retrieve information from the person. All right, this is just for general impression. All right, so steps to form general impression: listen and understand the lecture very well. Do note taking, not note making. Note taking. A lot of us right now, are we performing note taking or performing note making? I mean, right now, as we speak.
Note taking. Note taking.
Okay, yes, note taking. I understand that you guys know what note taking is and all that. I mean, are you doing it now?
Yes, me. Yes.
Aha,
Doing
aha.
it. Me, no.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. That's great. Pearl, you're doing it. Wow, that's fantastic. Annie, are you with us? Hi. It could be network. What about you, Tolani? Her name is Tolani, right? I got it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we listen and understand. We take down notes. We take down notes on the major points that are being raised. We use the notes to form our own impression. You see, you take down notes, and remember when we're dealing with note taking, you leave spaces so that you can form your own impression and write down your own things. You get? So we use the notes to form our own impression, and then we present general impressions clearly. Okay, present general impressions clearly. All right, so check this example. It says the example of shifting cultivation. Illustrate that. An overall impression often acknowledges complexity. It often acknowledges complexity. What we mean by that, rather than black and white judgment, what we mean by that is if a person is actually giving you um, an impression, okay, he's stating the facts, but he's painting his own story. So instead of him to judge or give a black and white judgment or tell you just this is it and this is it. No, he's telling you that this is his own impression and checking for general impressions. So everybody can actually debate on that same topic and retrieve information at the same time. Okay. So, for instance, I say whatever I see as black, you might be seeing it as red, and somebody might be seeing it as white, the other yellow, and the other blue. So we might not all be seeing from different perspective. We should be able to go should be able to understand, okay, how is this person seeing it? But the thing is, in our country as of today, or in the states where we are, people don't have patience to say they want to look from your own perspective. Before you know it, you don't call it. They are just so quick to anger. I don't know why, or are short-tempered in the country as it is. Probably it's because of the situation of the country. I don't know. Um, but as trained, instituted personnel, students like you that are having information, you should be able to look at the perspective of others and question. When the person is not really ready to answer the question, then you should be able to understand that they're not in the right mental state to answer your questions. And you can let go because you're trying to view from their perspective. But just know that that perspective will always be blank as long as that person has not spoken. So you cannot put in a total conclusion by yourself. You need to leave everything open. So yes, um, don't worry. The remaining things here, that's where it is concluded. The remaining things here are passages. Those are the remaining things. We have passages, we have fables, we have facts, fables, and opinions. We have a passage of um, subsided education. We have a passage of African Union can wait. We have a passage of don't ignore our war. Okay, we have a passage of don't ignore our war. We have a passage of don't blame the West. A passage of, up to I think 10 passages in your unit. 10 passages in your unit. Everything must go somewhere. All right, so yes, let's check the key points. What are the key points from this before I give you that? Oh, I'm not even going to drop it. Oh, yes. You know what? I'm going to create it now. Man, Pearl, you didn't remind me.
Sir, what's that, sir?
I said I was going to create your classroom.
Oh,
You know, there's just a lot. All right, so let me
oh,
let me drop the key points for you guys. Actually, I said I was going to. Okay, let me see. Key points units for GST 101. I could have seen a lot. Okay, so what are the key points here? Our primary goal, that's listening comprehension, is a tool for information retrieval. Then we talked about the information types, which is they're categorized into three types of retrieval instructions, for retrieval, that is instructions, directions, and facts. We talked about instructions, we said given as commands or procedures. We talked about directions, location, situation, time, or place. And we talked about fact as true or real information. Then we said general impression requires critical listening and to connect all the dots to form an overall independent conclusion about a topic. That's it. That's the key point. Now, I divided, I'm going to send you guys. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Really? Google really changed it to classroom, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to create, let me see. Mm. All right, so yes, any questions before I send you that question? Because we'll be entering unit 5. Any questions?
no, sir.
Really? Okay, let me see. Mm, what's the time? All right, so I'm going to send in your questions now, and we can just discuss 5 of those questions. Meanwhile, all right, so be time for my shift drop. Meanwhile, I'll be sending you guys a link to your classroom. Let me see. Okay, so this should be just the 101. All right, so this would be for GST 101. That'll be a that'll be where we'll be posting most of our, and there you'll be seeing assignments. So you can click there, just use your Google Mail, log in or register. If you have the app, you can download Google Classroom on your Play Store, Apple Store, and then you just log in. Uh, delete, delete. Okay. Okay. All right, just tell me when you're able to join that. In the meantime, these are your questions. So let's just discuss the first five questions and let's see. So, or let me say the first 10. Remember, I told you guys that I'm going to be putting in your, I'm going to be making the questions 40 40 per unit. So the first one I'm going to discuss will be on the definitions and the core concepts. I want you guys to be able to go through the summary, and while you're doing this assignment or while you're doing this these questions, I want you to be able to go through your unit and search. You know, if you're able to answer these 40 questions, then you're good to go. All you need to do is read the questions and read the answers again. Okay, so yep. So this would be the first question or the first set of questions. Let me call it section A. Please, are you able to access the classroom? So definitions and core concepts. You know, I'm making it a bit very challenging so you can be able to, touch that or go through and search uh, your course. All right. So can we start? All right. So the first question there in that's talking about, we're just going to do five. Okay. The first question there that's talking about what is the root word of retrieval and what does it mean? Mind you, most of the questions are coming out from your TME. You see your TME in those units and self-assessment exercises as well. So that's why I was able to derive those questions from. So I just couple everything together. Okay, so um, what is the root word of retrieval and what does it mean? We're just going to do five. The remaining ones you see it in your course. One second. Okay, what's the time? All right, it's not your time. So the remaining one you see it in your course. Let me see. Wait. Please click the link and join the class.
Please, please, can I take a minute? I want to do something. I'll join the class later.
Yes, boss. All right, so what do we have to say concerning the first question? If we don't have any idea, we can just say no idea, okay? I'll be able to understand and we'll do it together. Okay, so the first question,
Sorry,
yes.
the last stuff. I've already clicked on it. I've got to GST 101 slash 2B. I don't see anything on it.
You mean the classroom?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes. I just opened that class. Okay, so I'll be dropping most of the materials there so that everything can be documented. You know, I don't have all your units or all your summaries that I've given you guys. If I ask where are they now, I can't really account for it because I'll just drop in those units. I'll read, get the summary, and drop it for you guys. So I don't really have them. But now that's why I'm creating the classroom so that now everything can be documented and followed through. Have you been able to give Tolani the summaries and
Ah, I
the
forgot to.
links to the questions? Okay, okay. All
I
right.
forgot to.
Probably just do that later. That's a lot of work. So hold on.
Exactly.
What's exactly? Oh, okay.
I will give her. I have a place where I used to arrange those things.
Okay.
So, but the links, I do not have that one. I have to go looking for it.
So the link to all the questions, I.
Yes.
Oh, I see. All right. So for the first question, it says, what is the root word for retrieval? Well, the root word for retrieval is retrieve. That's the
Please,
root word.
I can't really hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, you know. I'm just,
Okay.
I've not seen the question.
Well, I just sent the questions to the group. Section A,
Okay,
definitions
the
and
questions are good.
yeah, section A, definitions and core concepts. I said we're only discussing five. The remaining ones are going to be your assignment. Don't worry. Let me tell you guys now, there are up to five sections. So section A is just a preamble. Yes, as I'm not sleeping, you two, you not sleep, you go and study. Okay. And please, you submit the assignment before tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Like before
Sorry for saying it again.
which
So I've
assignment?
not been feeling well today. I've not been concentrating today. So please, any
Ah,
assignment.
concentration. You're lacking concentration. Oh my God. Nigeria Wahala is
I've
getting
been,
too much. Yes,
I've not
okay.
been
Yes, I said yeah.
concentrating.
Okay, so I'm dropping 40 questions. I told you guys last week that I'll be dropping 40 questions per unit so that I can be able to touch every part of your unit. And so you guys will be able to go through the unit and research and bring out things because I want you to study. Okay, I want you to study the summary and I also want you to fish out things yourself. Do you understand?
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, so with
So
that
are we going to do the assignment? Are we going to be doing it in the classroom?
in this classroom,
Yes.
No.
in the Google
I mean, we
Classroom.
are going to we are going to talk on the group.
Yeah, oh, yes, yes. The thing is, the recorded classes will be in the Google Classroom. So, um, for the GST 101, I'll be posting all recorded classes down there. Okay, for tomorrow I'll open the next class. That's how I'm going to just be updating it for now. So I want everything to be documented. Now you'll be doing your assignment in the classroom. You get the Google Classroom. That's where you'll be doing your assignment because you have to submit. You understand? You have to submit, and there's a deadline for you to submit because you have to sit down and you have to put in extra 2 hours and read. You get what I'm saying? Because I want you to pass and understand, not just pass. Okay? So, uh, yes. Now, the first question, can we continue? The section A. The section A for definition and core concepts. Can we continue? Hi, MEC. Okay, so let's continue. The first question, what is the root word of retrieval and what does it mean?
Using
What is the root word of retrieval and what does it mean?
it I don't know. Although to me, I guess it means information.
Okay, okay, information. Any other person? Any other person before I call your name?
Huh?
No, I'm talking to the remaining class. Any other person before I call your name? Any other person want to tell us what is the root word of retrieval and what it means? All right, you guys just gave me 1 minute silence as if somebody died. Actually, the root word of retrieval is retrieve according to your unit. Okay, all these questions are from your unit. So the root word of retrieval is retrieve, and it means to receive. Get that down. Retrieve, which means to receive. This is from your unit, so please take note. The root word of retrieval is retrieve, and retrieve is means to
Retrieve.
receive. Exactly. The second question says that state the primary aim of academic pursuits regarding information. Okay,
No idea.
no idea. Okay, anybody?
Um,
I'm setting this for you guys. All right, let's do that together. This is state the primary aim of academic pursuits regarding information. And this is the course we're doing. This is the unit we're doing. Remember when we talked about, look at it here. Go to your summary. This part, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
the unit established that the primary goals of academic pursuit is to
Thank you.
receive that the
Thank
receiving
you. Thank
information.
you. Thank you. So, yes, that's it. Like it's from the unit itself. All right. The primary aim of academic pursuit regarding information is to receive or retrieve information. Yes, Pearl.
I'm like, we're not to be writing the answer at the front of the,
I will not
like,
write
what?
the answer. As you will document your answer yourself. I will not write the
Wait,
answer.
are we going to wait? So if I want to, so thank you for asking that. Wait, answer. Are we going to write like the questions we send? Are we going to write the answer and then send it back to the group?
You'll do it in the classroom, and there's a way you're going to submit that in the classroom. You will see options on how to upload
Okay,
your
this, okay,
answers.
wait. Sorry, sir, please 1 minute. That means this is our assignment.
Yes, your assignment.
Huh? It's our assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, please, can we go back to number one?
Come on.
Oh,
Uh,
I didn't get to there. I thought I was thinking this was just our normal questions and answers. This is our assignment. Even if I get, you have not been paying attention because I've been so busy. So I don't even know. Even when you explain yourself, I didn't really pay attention to them.
oh my God. Oh, ouch. Okay, anyways. Yes, Pearl, you are raising your hand. Don't worry. I'll let you in on the assignment. Yes? Pearl. Okay.
I'm not raising my hand again.
Oh. All right, it says state the primary aim of academic. Okay, number one, it said what is the word of retrieval and what does it mean? The root word is retrieve, which means to receive. That's what it means. And then the second is state the primary aim of academic pursuits. Let me see.
Is to retrieve information and
Yes,
to create most of which is non-delivered by multimedia systems as
that's
audio,
correct.
video, and streaming.
Madam, I'm not hearing you. You don't know.
Okay, I said the like this unit talks about like the primary goals of academic pursuit is to retrieve
Wait. Where are you reading it from? The
is from the
summary, I
summary that is there.
but what's the cannot find it.
Like the first one, that's you want to just with for transition from the fundamental skills of newspapering to the active process of information retrieval through listening comprehension. Have you
I
seen
cannot.
it?
I'm not. No, I'm not really hearing you like that.
Like, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Is
So
it
like
on that
the
type of information? Is it that one?
you said
Is it the one that is it on that type of information? The instruction, direction.
no. The first summary is job before the listening comprehension and informational retrieval. That's the type of information. That's the first one. The job before the type of information to be retrieved. Have you seen it?
The first one was the one he wrote unit four translation of
Yes, that
foundation.
you said that's where the answer number two is coming from.
Around which side of
Mm.
primary
Around that,
primary.
this unit established that primary goals of academic pursuit is to retrieve,
Okay. Yes.
that's retrieve information, much of which is now delivered as vast multimedia system like radio, videos, and internet. I can continue.
All right, thank you for that. Yes, I just posted this on your, where is it?
Mail, I've seen it.
Okay, 1 second.
That will yes, no. Last 10 minutes. So that means I'm going to do it to our Gmail.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah,
As we are going, like, are we clicking on the link you sent to us to work on the assignment unit 4?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
it
So you have to
how is
normally
it?
see things to
Actually, what you guys are going to do, let me just reduce
work.
the whole confusion and all that. Uh, what you guys are going to do is all these questions are already arranged in your Google Classroom. So what you're going to do, you click on that link, it will take you to the classroom. You'll see the summary there, you'll see the questions there, you'll see where to post your answers there. And before tomorrow, like tomorrow before tomorrow's class, I'll also post the
By what time?
no, before tomorrow's class, before 9. So I'll also post the assignment, the answers to those questions so that you can compare them with yours and see how you did, you know, how you performed. And it will also be graded as well. So, yep, it will be graded as well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, just so you guys can be on your toes. You get what I'm saying? All right, so yes, let me just go over these ones with you. Um, the second one says we should okay, one of the primary aims of academic pursuit is to receive or retrieve information. The third one says list three general types of information that can be retrieved through listening comprehension as identified in the unit. Remember the three I told you guys? The first one is instruction, second one is directions, and the third one facts. All right, instructions, directions, and facts. We talked about that. The fourth one says why is the skill of listening for information? I said, oh, no, I've given this information already in the unit for number three. You are meant to be doing note taking, not note making. Remember, Pearl?
Yes, but still you are rushing now. For me, I'm not fast.
You know, you
Okay.
talk about being rushing, so
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, are you through?
Yes.
Okay. So I said we're just going to discuss five of those questions. All right. And the fourth one now says that, what does the fourth one says? Okay. The fourth question says, why is the skill of listening for information retrieval considered essential for students today? Why is it considered essential for students today? Any, just check the first or second part of the summary I give to you. You see the answer there. So, why is the skill of listening for information retrieval considered essential for students today? Or you read importance and check.
Is it the one that students need to be a wise and active listener of the information? Is it it?
Mhm. Yeah, this one is saying why is it essential? Why is the skill of listening for information retrieval essential for students today? You see any parts where it talks about um, a lot of information is stored in multimedia systems like radio, television,
yes,
internet, computer. So that's where your answer should be. So the question is saying
you
why
can
is
read
this?
also.
Why do you see the part where on in the summary where it talks about information is should be stored in multimedia systems like radio, television, internet, computer? Do you see that part in your summary? The question is actually referring to that
Yes,
part. Yeah. The question of number four is referring to that part. So that's where you can get the answer for that. So the skill is necessary or it is essential because a lot of information is stored in multimedia systems like radio, television, internet, and computer. So students need this skill to effectively retrieve. okay, information. All right, they need the skill to effectively retrieve information or get information. So that's why it's essential. Right. So if you check properly with the summary, you'll be able to crack this. Okay. All right. So for the next number five, uh, this question for number five says, okay. So number five says, distinguish between a fact and a fable. I told you guys about this. Distinguish between a fact and a fable. So yes, let the room flow with info. Come on, I need answers. Yes.
Okay.
Fact,
Yeah, the first
fact is
distinguish between fact.
like it is
Fact
considered
is
as
when you're talking
true.
about real, something that is real, like a real, something that talks about you, like a real event about a situation or an issue. That something that emphasizes on truth,
Okay.
while the fable is the opposite of this, like something that is on true story, opposite of the fact. That's how I understand.
Oh, okay. Anybody else want to help with that?
Fact, yes, fact regarded as true or real events, while fable regarded as untrue story.
On true story. Okay. All right. So stories are not true. Well, that's actually very, very good. Yes, actually. So, like you all said, fact, a piece of information that is known to be true or real, like a real event, like what you said. And then a fable is an untrue story or an unreal event, things that are not really true, just to spice up things. They tell you fables, they tell you how the tortoise have cracked shells or very hard shells, that something fell from the sky and hit the tortoise. Fables our parents used to tell us, or they tell you, oh, come on, man, you guys will know stories these folks used to tell us when we were kids. I mean, I've even forgotten most of these fables. Who remember all these stories? They'll just they just pass on different fables and stories. I know about the
I
tortoise
remember
shell.
one.
Okay,
I know about the tortoise and the fish.
okay. So which other one do you
But
remember?
that one, I think I also the tortoise and how tortoise became the wise, the wise, wisest animal.
Okay,
I guess that one is true. Uh, yeah, there are lots of them. Tortoise and the lion. A lot of them.
there are some that they'll tell us about. If you do it like this is the reason why the lizard is always nodding their head because they swallowed a bone or something.
Yeah.
They
There was a way they tell me this the reason why fish are always staying in the dirty places because of one thing. The story was about tortoise was stolen or laying money on fish. So anytime people come and ask tortoise for the money, tortoise will hide and all of that. Like he
And they
hides
also say
inside his own shell. And, and one day when tortoise was very angry, he had to choose is it canal or so area that like a dirty place. So tortoise now have to come out and
okay.
become whatever they buy. So that was where clean the kitchen, she can start clean the ground, clean chocolate or something like that. I don't know why it's so.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Let's check this out. Well, we have a lot of fables. I heard the one of lizard swallowing a very difficult bone, and then it keeps on nodding the head. I heard about how the big shell hit the tortoise back, and a big rock or something hit the tortoise shell, and then it cracked, and that's how their shell has been cracked forever. I heard about
No, that's not it too.
eh,
Another one I know about. Yes, that tortoise invite audio animals to heaven, like they were doing party.
heaven.
So
Yes, yes, yes. He now fell from heaven. Yes,
exactly all
he
of
fell
us.
from heaven, and then that was when he had
So they
yeah,
pushed him for coming down. So that's how
from heaven. That is how
yes.
the show goes.
Oh
Yes,
Jesus,
I heard about that one.
Yes.
damn, wow, man.
And also why tortoise have snakes? They
What?
went to go and like two people were fighting. Like don't fight, don't fight. That's how they fought Babanos.
Even the
That's how
rabbit, the rabbit that has strong hair. I was told that the rabbit wasn't that long before. It was because of the punish. He did something wrong in the animal kingdom, so the king had to punish him by taking him to the forest. So they now have to tie the rabbit here against the is it stick or what, something like that. So the rabbit can be there for like for a long time. So the year keep on getting long, 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 long to get
Oh my God,
the
damn.
rabbit is now very short.
I hear
they
fables.
used to say that anytime um sun is shining and it's falling at the same time, elephant is giving birth.
Is he
Elephant
elephant or
is
be
or
lion?
lion
My
or
own is
lion.
lion that is giving birth. Oh.
It's lion.
Tell,
Lion
Uh-huh.
that is giving birth.
tell us lion is giving birth. Ah, man, fables, fables. And do you know, up to today, sometimes when those two things are happening, I'll still be believing that one lion.
Yeah.
Even make it for even himself.
Oh God, our
Everybody
parents,
used to say,
they've really done damage.
or they'll be like, if something like all this Yoruba image now, they'll be like, if you are using your leg to hit the stone too much, something bad wants to happen or something is about to happen.
Man, yeah. So like this, you
You
can't
know
hit
it's
stone.
even worse. They say don't use it. Maybe you're in the bathroom and you're making call. They say it's not good to be making call in the bathroom and it attacks that leg. Ow!
Come on.
Or if you are eating something and the thing fell down from your hand, they'll be like, don't take it again. Satan has eaten it.
Fables, fables. Okay, so yeah, so at least we know facts and we know fables. Now we can be able to distinguish between not this kind of fable, sha, but we can be able to distinguish between facts and fables. Right? So let's just take one more question before we enter Unit 5. If you check your classroom, you'll see that there the questions and you see where to put in your answer. You can put in your answer in Word format, type in your
Yeah,
answer.
can't you just answer as you please?
Answer what?
All the questions.
All the questions. There are 40 questions. Oh.
No, this one here.
Okay, this one. Okay, yeah, yeah, we can do that. I'll tell us to. Okay, okay, no problem. How does the unit? I'll tell us to touch Unit 5. Well, okay, no bother. Let's
I thought
answer.
I thought these questions are also in the ones that is in the Google class.
Yes, section A to E. You'll see it in the Google Classroom. Look.
Um, I'm ah, I'm trying to like I'm not seeing any question in the Google classroom.
Refresh. Have you seen the assignment? Have you seen the? You'll see my announcements. You see two announcements. First of all, you see the Unit 4, and the other one you see
All I'm
assignment.
seeing use the information here to create your assignment. Okay,
Exactly, those are the
section one.
questions. Yeah, section A to E.
Oh, how am I going to put the the answer?
Yeah, there's a part there you see where I posted a new assignment, top 40 question GST Unit 4. You see that? Scr-
Posted it. Okay.
Yeah, or you go to classwork,
Okay, I've seen it.
or you go to classwork. Just go to classwork, click on classwork, you'll see the
Class.
assignment there. That's where you submit.
Let me want to
What
check mine now.
what I'm saying is kindly submit whatever information you have been able to gather.
Yes, yes, that's the classwork. So you'll be able to submit all the information you've gathered in your assignment. You can type it out in your Word document and then you submit it here. You just click here and you update or upload. Yeah.
Okay, we'll click
Huh?
like we'll write add class comments or
Ye-
add or create. I don't understand though. Is that if we read section A, like now, number one, question number one, if you want to write out your answer, where is it add class comments?
You see turning. Do you see anything like turning?
Turn,
Yes, beside it.
turn.
Let me follow that link.
So this section A looks like no,
It looks like what?
no.
Notes.
Where is A? So, no one even a question.
There are questions. Oh,
No, if you read it, you will see that it's question. There's question marks there. But I'm just wondering how I'm going to be how we are going to put answer there
no, you
as
submit
our
it
How
where
are we going to know? How are we going to differentiate it now? See, how are we going to differentiate in section A 1 to 10? Okay, we have question the root not for over. Then to this three, okay. This three to what?
oh
Okay. That is this three.
I don't still understand though.
what is
I don't
it
know
you
how
don't
to put
understand?
it in. Okay. Like now let me I want to start my answers. Like section A, question number one, I want to answer it. How am I going to answer it? Like where will I put my answer?
Add class comments.
Add class comment.
Hmm.
Okay. That means I have to carry one book and write audio answer down first.
No,
Then go to class comment.
no.
Okay. My question number one, if I answer it, I'll just go to add comment, right? Like I sorry, add class comment.
Hmm.
Then I'll put my answer number one and send it. Then next thing number
No, no,
two,
no, no, no,
is
no,
it like
no.
that?
You type everything that you need or answer everything that you need
Okay,
to answer.
you do like section A, question
Section A.
one, two, three, four. Like you
Yeah,
answer,
answer.
then
Yes,
you now
exactly.
do section B, answer three, one, and like that. Okay, that's how you are going to do it, abi?
Yeah. Let me even
Is the
edit.
thing not going to clear? Like by going away and be coming back?
No, it will not clear. That's why it is a Google
You do
Classroom. It won't clear. That's why it's a Google Classroom. Let me see.
answer out. Section B, right how you answer. So we don't want to now answer it. You just be typing them, then you just send everything at once.
1 second. I'm trying to see how it will be easier for you guys. Okay. Do you see a place where, do you see anything like turning?
Yeah, I'm coming. Let me check.
Do you see anything like turning? Like,
Turning like
No.
the right turning
no,
there.
no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything like turning or handing or something. Do you see that?
Is that the beginning part
Where?
or at the end part?
Or no, go to classwork. Not, don't forget, just go to the classwork side.
Okay, class work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you see anything like
What I
turning?
saw in class work is
What I
top
say is
40
do your work.
questions. Then view your work.
Top
Yes.
What's the GT? That's
question
it.
before. No due date.
Okay.
And I clicked on it.
Uh-huh.
Kindly submit whatever information you have been able to gather. Due instructions. Then I clicked on it, due instruction.
Okay.
Then yes, I saw add class comments.
That's what you see, right?
Kindly submit. Yes.
1 second.
And I also saw mark mark as done. Add or create.
Add or create what?
No, just add or create. Then the next thing is mark as done.
Click on add.
Where is that?
I click on add or create. So it's showing me Google Drive, link, file,
Wait,
document.
where did you
Exactly.
see the
That's how
ad
you
of?
upload your answer.
Like
Where
after
did you see that?
I give what is it? When you click
I
on
did. I
the
don't.
comment, like at that question part.